Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Semi-original guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced by Web, bringing you a very special community battle. This is one that I chose to do myself because one member of my Discord community is actually here, right here, up here. One of these two guys, member of my Discord community, made it all the way to the finals of Division 6. Wow, ain't that something? Now, when we're talking about all the way to the finals, we're not talking about just the finals of the initial bracket of the tournament. We are talking about the final. We're talking about the final four. The final four. Now, between the final four, it had to come down to final two. Now, here we are, playing on Fireflies in the Night. We have a Koal mirror. Now, as we know, Koal day-to-day abilities just includes plus 10% firepower on roads, but his co-power and super co-power will increase his movement by 1 and 2 and give him an additional firepower bonus on roads. But today we have thick bacon energy up here fighting Winter Fox. Beautiful matchup here. All right. We have our combatants, we have our map. Let's see how the Division 6 finals went down. Alrighty, we got thick bacon energy playing as the Penguins, the Cobalt Ice Army. We have Winter Fox over here playing as purple, but we are going to switch that. I believe we gotta hit left, and then we're gonna pick a country. Red Fire, red versus blue today. That's what we have for the Division 6 finals. Alrighty, standard infantry builds, folks. You gotta get those infantry on the field. That is number one thing you gotta do. And everything seems in order except for this particular fella right here. He's just kind of chilling. He's doing whatever. He's his own man. He's his own man. All right. So it looks like, yeah, both players are sending an infantry south. Looks like we are going to go for that vacant base. Number one priority in most cases, definitely go for that vacant base. If you don't, you are definitely going to be losing in unit count fairly early on. So you want to be sure to get that base as soon as possible. Alright, both players are going for fairly acceptable grabs here. We're grabbing some properties here. We do have a little bit of a difference right now, though. Looks like Winter Fox is going for one of the front runner properties, and Thick Bacon Energy going for a back property. Not much of a difference there. I don't think it's really going to play too much of a factor. But it is a difference in play so far. Now, the one thing that's nice about getting the forward property first is we are able to send the infantry forward, start capping this one, and then we can go up and start capping this one right here. So it is a little bit faster getting into the mid. But all in all, not really too much of a difference for sure. And we have an early recon. Interesting build right there. What is that? A day 3, day 4 recon right there? Yeah. Recon can only really move in a Tetris shape right now. There's a little T right there. It's like a line and a T mixed in one. Alright, looks like we're going to be able to go, most likely is going to be going into this property here. So that's a 1, that's a 2, 3-day reinforcement and assault over here. So that's not too bad. Not too bad. Looks like we got a bold rush of an infantry over here by Winter Fox 2, sending it way deep into enemy territory. We have no idea what we are rushing into there, but it looks like we are going for it. Let's see if it pays off. Unfortunately, it looks like we are spotted over there by the Cobalt Ice Infantry, and 2 more Cobalt Ice Infantries rush to the middle. It looks like we are capping these 2 properties here, and we have what appears to be an artillery unit right there plopping out of the left-hand side of the map for Thick Bacon Energy. Oh, I love that name, by the way. Thick Bacon Energy. Like, you can't deny it. It's good. All right. So early artillery out of a position like this, I'm not really super feeling an artillery out of this spot. Mainly because there's no choke points here at all. It's all open terrain. If we want to get any sort of firepower bonus, we're going to have to sit on a road, which leaves us incredibly vulnerable. Now, there's not really much we can lock down here either. We might be able to put it over here on the city and assist in locking down this property right here, but other than that, there's not really much we can do. We could put it here and deny this property. But if Winter Fox here decides to build a recon, we would be able to spot it pretty quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, any recon from either of these positions would be able to spot anything there. So it's pretty risky. Yeah, it's pretty risky. It's really slow reinforcement too, getting it out there. So I don't know. We're going to see what happens with this guy here. We're going to see what happens with the tail of the artillery that could here. Alright, winter going. Looks like we're going to be rushing over here, capping those properties, so that's not bad. Builds a recon. Very nice. So this base is a little bit better for building recons. We get a little bit further, we'll be able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I gotta count that again. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. We'll be able to move here, and then we'll be able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. It'll give us pretty good vision. We move it anywhere closer. Might be able to get it over here in this forest, possibly. Kind of risky. Definitely get it in this forest. Alright, we're gonna see what happens with that. Looks like Winter Fox does have a tank though here. The tank's sitting over here, very nice. Looks like we might be able to get it over here on one of these cities here pretty soon, which is pretty nice. I think out of all your options here, probably putting it on one of those 2 cities, not too bad of an idea, you know. I don't think it's too bad of an idea at all. Yeah, I'm liking that idea. We'd be able to deny one of the cities. And if an infantry did come up and start capping one of the cities, well, there's only going to be one of 2 results here. 1, it's going to run into one of your tanks, and 2, it's going to run right beside one of your tanks, which means easy 2-shot kill with tank and infantry. Barely any chip damage too, so it's very nice. All right. Artillery's moving in. Recon's moving in. Now, was that as far as the recon could move? Let me check that again. Yeah, okay. So maximum movement for the recon. Not too bad. We're there. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if any of the players end up building a early black boat to go and grab the corners here for the airport. The only other accessible airport is way over here in the corner. Now, if one of the 2 players did grab their strong side airport, that would give them a huge advantage on that side. They'd be able to start pumping out battle copters like no tomorrow. Along with the 2 bases, you know, this base and this base right here, or this base and this base right here, easily we could reinforce an infantry or a mech from this position here, reinforce a vehicle from here, get a battlecopter, get superiority of units in one area. And we could defend the HQ too, because I can see this map turning into a little bit of a an HQ rush with the exposed HQs here. Yeah, it could happen, you never know. Alright, and Koal's a sneaky guy, you know, he's got the movement CO power. So it is possible. I can see some shifty maneuvers. Alright. And I forgot to mention here, it does look like we have a little bit of a trade here with the infantries here. Now, this is one of my major beefs with Koal. Unfortunately, attacking from a road leaves you with absolutely no defense. So any counterattack you take is going to be massive. Now, if we attacked from a plane here, most likely it would have been the same amount of damage, but less of a counterattack. We probably would have had like a 6-8 trade. But we went for the 6-7, unfortunately. And that's only going to really leave us, Winter Fox, here with one choice, and that's either retaliating against the 7 HP infantry or retreating. And it looks like we are going to retreat. Kind of an odd move with this tank down here. Not really sure where this guy's going. It looks like we're going over into the forest. Definitely to try to avoid being seen. But he's not really going to be able to defend anything either. I guess it's not that bad of a move. You know, you do want to keep your units hidden. You don't want your opponent to be seeing what you're doing. The worst thing you can possibly do in fog is just lay all your cards on the table and let your opponent see exactly what you're doing. That's how bad things happen for you. You want to be sneaky, you want to be stealthy, you want to set up traps. You want to punish mistakes. That is how fog is done. Okay. So we have a little bit of some movement right here. Okay. So what happened this turn? We're starting to cap the airport. It looks like we built an artillery over here on our strong front. I don't really mind the artillery here. The artillery is going to have a lot more backup on this side for sure. Capping the port, not that bad of an idea. Definitely go for these back properties. We are kind of neglecting those a little bit. These infantry will be able to easily go and start capping those two properties. Those are guaranteed caps. There will be nothing that can interrupt those caps. This cap is possible with this infantry, and I would feel much more comfortable going for this property rather than go for one of these two properties. Because by day 7, most likely your opponent does have some sort of reinforcement here. A good rule of thumb in Fog of War, from my experience, is when you're playing a game, all right? You just have to sort of look at what your side of the map looks like. In a mirrored map like this, you can see this mirrors this and this mirrors this. So whatever your setup down here looks like, you have to assume, or at least mostly assume, that your opponent probably has a similar setup, right? So because you are pushing in on this side, you have to assume that your opponent will be pushing in on this side. Most likely they'll be going for these two properties. So it would be dangerous to go down and try to cap that property. It would be much more likely to cap this property right here. So I think that would be an idea of what to do, but we're going to see what happens here. Either way, both are still kind of risky. Alright, Winter Fox got a nice little setup here with his units going in for the cap. Ooh, and snagging a cap over here too. Very nice. Ooh, you know what? Let me see. Ooh, we're just out of vision. Are we out of range though? Ooh, might not be out of range. Ooh, we got some sneaky stuff that could possibly happen. Alright, Winter Fox moving up his tank on his strong front, sending up the infantry. Doing a really daring move right here, pushing this infantry up so far and leaving it on a road. That is very vulnerable terrain with absolutely no backup, minus the tank. The tank is definitely backup, but is it enough? I'm not sure. And we are rushing up to go and take a shot at this infantry here, which is very nice. You do want to stop that cap. However, I think what Thick Bacon Energy probably could have did in this sense is maybe we should have sent the 7 HP infantry over here and actually begun capping with the fresh HP infantry. Possibly. And then it would be able to attack here, but maybe this guy over here is not too bad. We are going to be able to probably guarantee these caps over here. My main concern is just the vulnerability of this artillery, because the artillery, most likely, I could see probably taking this shot here. It's kind of a given shot, which would leave it very open to the recon if we did manage to get vision. And if the intention is to start capping on this property, this guy moving up here and attacking, and this guy moving in to cap the property. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's risky business. And we're starting to cap on the comm tower, so we're going to have additional firepower. We're going to have 120% on roads. Very nice. Oh yeah, and there goes that infantry. This is a super bold move with that mech too. We are pushing that mech into dangerous territory. I think maybe a better move for this mech would have actually been holding it back and maybe even leaving it in the forest or putting it on the city so that we can defend this artillery. Pushing it this forward, I don't know, man. It seems like a risky move, unnecessarily risky move, in my opinion. Ooh. This is a tough call here, too. It looks like we're going for the infantry that's on the city. to take out, which is great. We take out an infantry, which, I mean, is fine. There's nothing really wrong with taking out an infantry. I think what we could have done, can we move there? Yeah, we can. You know what we could do? If this guy right here, probably a better setup, because if we're going in for the attack anyways, if this guy moves in here, we get a big shot on this infantry, and this infantry can move right here, and we'd be able to take out this infantry. It would leave this infantry alive right here, but two things is, one, it would leave you with way more terrain, and this guy would also be hidden. So I think that might have been an okay move. Now the only thing is, like, this infantry could move over here. We would be able to attack the infantry still, which would expose the recon, leaving the tank to go up and take a shot anyways. So all in all, kind of a risky play in general. But hey, that's okay. Sometimes we like a little risk. Alright, Winter Fox goes in for the attack, takes a big shot on the recon. We are pushing up. Oh, and we expose the mech. That is a huge, huge hit to the defensive line right there. We got infantry moving in forward. Over on the right-hand side, we're moving up a little bit forward too to actually get some extra heals here. Now, alright, so Koal. 3-star Koal. We're going to be seeing Koal very, very quickly. Now, he's not Adder, so he's not a 2-star Koal, but 3 stars is still pretty good. It's only 27,000 battle damage. You can expect to have a Koal easily by like day 10, 11, 12. 10, 11, 12, you got to be expecting a Koal, especially if battle is happening. Alright, thick bacon energy. Ooh, unfortunate spot with the recon here. I think this recon... Ooh, if we're going to bring this recon back, I think we need to bring it back to a full retreat to the HQ. HQ is much safer up a location. Unfortunately, this guy right here, especially if we knew there was an infantry here and it just suddenly disappeared. I mean, there's only one of two places it could possibly go. It could go into the forest here or the forest here. Especially if it didn't start a cap. So, maybe we could have assumed that he moved there. Now, if we actually watch the replay, we would definitely see that he moved there, and we would know that the recon is sighted. So, infantry always have 2 vision, right? There's very little things in Advanced Wars that don't have at least a minimum of 2 vision. The only things are the classy medium tank and the unstoppable Neo tank, and I think maybe a mega tank. But you rarely ever see mega tanks. But if you do, especially in fog, remember they can only see 1 square. So rule of thumb, keep your units 2 squares away from things and you should be fine. 2 to 3 squares. Oh, we got the black boat. Here we go. Big hit on the recon with the artillery. And we try to move into the fen. But this is a very vulnerable spot. Now we know that there's infantry right here, so the only thing that is guaranteed to happen is these guys get wiped out. I definitely could see this attack happening here. Winter Fox, definitely, probably. Yeah, you can get like an easy 2-hit KO here. And if he does actually go in and attack this infantry, that is going to get sights in the artillery, and it looks like this tank is in position to take the shot. Now, they're definitely uncertain of what is hiding in the shadows, so maybe taking the shot on the artillery is not a super smart idea. I don't know, but you know what? Sometimes you see something and it has to go. that's about it. Alrighty. Oh, what was that? Let's see. Yeah, that's the recon. It's gone. Oh, and Winter Fox moving way up to try and cap some properties here. That is definitely a little bit of an overextend, I believe. And it does look like we go up and take full advantage of that artillery being out of position there. Very undefended. Does get a shot on it. And the left front, western front, is not looking very good for our friend Thick Bacon Energy. Alright, we sack an infantry to actually interrupt this cap, so that's not going to happen in one more turn there, so that's very nice. But the saving grace here is it does look like the right-hand side is looking pretty good. We took a pretty devastating shot on this tank over here. We have artillery in a very good position right here, hidden in the forest. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. And we have just witnessed one of the greatest things you could ever see in Advanced Wars. We have the medium tank, the classiest medium tank of all time. And we know that only classy gentlemen build medium tanks because they are the classiest of all the units. Alright, and it looks like Thick Bacon Energy taking advantage of his black bow, going up to begin capture on the airport, and then going to be capping the comm tower right afterwards. Now, if we do manage to cap that comm tower, that's going to give us a very, very, very hefty boost on firepower for a long time. As we can see that Winter Fox is still yet to actually cap his port. So we are behind in funds. And we are really, really behind on capping these properties here. So in order to actually cap that property, it's going to take a minimum of like 1, 2. Maybe if we co-power. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Black boat. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 days or something like that. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but something like 9 days to actually cap that entire area there, which is quite a bit of time. Quite a bit of time. Alright, Winter Fox moving back with a few of his units here. Definitely going for those repairs. Takes a few cheeky shots here, and what are we going to do with the tank? Are we going to pull it back? Or are we going to keep it forward? Alright, we pull it back, keep it in the forest, secured, safe, and ready for carnage another day. Alright, moving another tank up. Recon really, really far right now. Definitely a little bit too far. This guy's definitely going to get shot down. Let's overextend with the recon. I think we did manage to kill something along the way, but killing an infantry with a recon is not super cost effective. Oh, and we have spotted the tank, and those two tanks come in. See, this is a beautiful shot. However, it is just really sad that they are just out of range of being defended by the artillery. If it was just a little bit closer, that would have been a beautiful play. Anything that went up and actually attack this afterwards would just get blasted by the artillery, which would have been very nice. Now in this position, they are fairly vulnerable indeed, especially if we co-power. Medium tank going all the way into the mid. Ooh, interesting. So if we go mid, so that's 1, 2, 3, so we still get over here in 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we went over here with the medium tank, we would have been able to reinforce this area in 2 turns. So I wonder what the thought process with going over here is, because this is going to take 3 turns to actually get over here. Alright, day 11 anti-airs, by the way, from both players. Very nice. Alright, looks like we are just giving up on those cities for now. We're going to yield them over to Winter Fox by the looks of it here. Alright, are we close to capping them? One of them is definitely going to get capped. The other one is most likely going to get capped next turn. Alright, what are we going to do here? We are using a forced march. Ooh, +1 movement plus firepower. Very nice. On roads only. Alright, we're bringing the tank back. We're going to go up and take a shot. Ooh, big shot too. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Just a little bit too shy of the damage there. Alright, what's the other guy's going to do? Oh, this recon is just rushing up, getting vision too. What's going to happen? Oh, big old 100% there. Ooh. You love to do it, you hate to see it. Alright, and just so everybody knows, this guy is still alive down here, being defiant. So definitely give a shout out to the Defiant Infantry down in the south there. Alright, carrying on, it looks like Thick Bacon Energy has gotten control of his airport over on the eastern front. Very nice. It is only going to be 2 more days until we have that 130% firepower on roads and 120% firepower with everything else. So things are going to get crazy here pretty soon. Alright, smart move bringing the tank back. Yeah, I guess it's a fairly smart move. We definitely got to bring it back. The one thing that I'm kind of worried about here is this is just something minor, you know, it might not actually really play in, but it's kind of telegraphing that you have something hidden in this forest. The way that we defended it here. Now, obviously, you can only see 2 things, but if he moves up with, like, let's say this tank right here takes a shot at this, it's to me, I feel like that's telegraphing there's something in there. Also, I need to go back here. So honestly, like, I feel like Thick Bacon Energy probably should have just popped his Super Co-Power here. If we popped our Super Co-Power, we would have probably definitely been able to take this tank out. This battlecopter would have been actually able to reach here, and we could have launched a little bit of an attack here and took out some infantry. But it would have also just left our medium tank uninjured, and we would be like super close to combat here. I don't know, but maybe Thick Bacon Energy has different plans for this trial of woe here, so we're gonna see what happens. Okay. 24 to 25 units, equal value right now. Not really too much is different, although I believe that Winter Fox is player 2. So technically he should be behind in units and value if it was an even game right now, but it does not look like that. It looks like Winter Fox has a little bit of an advantage right now. Pulling a bunch of units back. Definitely don't be rushing into medium tank territory. That is not something that you really want to be doing. Forms a nice little wall here too. So this is something that I'm a casual enjoyer of here. So yeah, we definitely want to defend this area. We don't really want to be pushing up here. That's pushing way too far into a base. We need the reinforcements from this classy medium tank right there. Now Winter Fox has joined the classy medium tank club, and everything is going to be great. All right. Carrying on, we got 2 mechs over on the eastern front. Battlecopter popping out. It looks like the medium tank has rushed into certain doom. Unfortunately, taking a cheeky shot at an infantry there without any vision. Very dangerous thing to do. You don't want to be rushing out with your big heavy units into uncharted territory. This is pretty much just guaranteeing that your medium tank is going to get hit by something. You should just always assume that your opponent has an artillery that's always in range of you, and you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful when you go and push out into things. I believe this is probably gonna be like a reduced to 5 HP. Reduced to 5 HP? Yeah, okay. Not too bad. Oh, and the tank coming in, taking an extra shot too, bringing it down to 3. Now that medium tank is not feeling too hot right now. Not feeling too hot as Winter Fox moves in with some more of his units, refortifying his line here, keeping his anti-air in a very nice position here too. It's going to be able to reinforce this entire area here, and if we actually move it over just a few more squares, we got an airport lock if we can get vision on it. Alright, so the nice thing right now, Thick Bacon Energy, we have a big clump of units over here, and we got lots of reinforcement, and we have a forced march. Whoa. Forced march. Okay, go and cap the comm tower. Gotta cap them all. Gotta cap them all. We're gonna go cap the comm tower. We're gonna cap the comm tower. We're gonna cap the comm tower. Let's do it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Now, unfortunately, capping the comm tower late, it means that we did miss out on quite a bit of damage. Most likely, the only difference would be we can actually take this tank out. That's about it. Now we are moving forward, getting a bunch of caps here. We got a cap started here, a cap started here. We got an infantry hidden here. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, it's semi-stop. And stop stopping and just keep going. We got to see what's going to happen. All right. All right, this looks like over on the strong front, this is more of a defensive, shifting your units sort of a forced march. And over on the western front, it looks like we used it as an offensive one. I actually managed to take out the anti-air unit, which is huge for the battlecopters right now. That is going to force Winter Fox to have to pull back because he's got no counter for the battlecopters, which is highly dangerous. Highly dangerous. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna pull back. Smart move. Good job. Double anti-air. Doubling down. Let's go. Here we go. Ooh. Risky play with the tanks, though, bringing all three of them way up like that. All four of them way up like that. Oh, my lord. Oh my lordy lord. Oh man, imagine if it was a recon right here and we just had sights on all those tanks. We can get so many first strikes. Oof. Oof. It would be even worse too, I think. Okay, so how far away from getting this? 14,400. Yeah, probably wouldn't be able to bust out 14,400 battle damage, unfortunately. If we could, oh man, this mech could actually go up and attack this one. Tanks could take out these two. Battlecopter could go take out this one. This guy could go in to reinforce the battlecopter. And if it was a trial of woe, no, if it was a force march. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sadness. That's okay. All right, let's see what thick bacon energy does to you. All right, pulling the medium tank back. Thank you. We gotta keep that medium tank alive. We gotta keep the classiness alive over here. Nice shift over, actually. So not too bad of a shift. We are keeping ourselves fairly defended. Fairly defended. Mechs in the front, mech in the back. Infantry right here, keeping this guy kind of defended. I feel like any infantry might be able to go up and eliminate that guy, no problem, but depends on if he actually has anything over there. So this is a this is a nice move. I like this move right here. So we pull back and we bring the battlecopter over. Now let's just see that one more time. Okay, so the only sad part about this is if Redfire, Winter Fox, if he's watching the replay, he would have actually seen this guy pop over here, right? So we would know that there's an extra battlecopter here on top of the stuff that we already saw here. So it's getting like super dangerous. Super duper dangerous. Especially with another force march coming up here pretty soon. 3 battlecopters all in one area. 2 tanks that are going to be almost full HP. We got an artillery. If Winter makes the mistake of pushing into this right now. Ooh. Ooh. Sneaky business. Sneaky business. Wow. Alright. That was a nice little play right there. So we noticed that there's a whole bunch of units here, so we don't want to be pushing into there, but we do want to eliminate that. So we did manage to get a nice little kill on a bunch of units right there. The only thing is it's vulnerable to air attacks right now. So we got to be bringing our battlecopter way over to defend. Now this location right here, kinda little. I think this is still kind of vulnerable. I think personally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. don't really have any better options, to be completely honest. Alright. That's the spot. Keep them defended. Keep them away from danger. We do need those battlecopters. Right now, it's our only counter to the, enemy battlecopters. So, yeah, it's not too bad. Alright, so recon rushing up here into danger again on the road. Very dangerous spot. But we do manage to spot a few units here. So, thick bacon energy. Starting to realize right now that there's a clump of units right here. He knows there's a clump of units right here. So what's going to be his plan? We're still pretty even on the unit count right now. And we do another little shift, but what are we going to do with the rest of things? What is the purpose? What is your purpose here? Okay, I'm guessing. Probably, maybe in his mind. I think maybe, okay. I think what's going on here is he's going in to do the cap to make Winter Fox stay in this area. And I think maybe what his plan is when it comes time to, or maybe when he gets the force march, or even the Trial of Woe, he plans on just like full sending into that spot and taking out all those units. With the amount of battlecopters that are here, that is going to be easily done. But Winter Fox isn't being a slouch over here either. He's actually pushing up into his own little death ball area right here. And the anti-airs have made their way to the front line, which is incredibly dangerous. Battlecopters are no longer safe on the eastern front. Western front, sorry. But on the eastern front, I mean, they're not exactly safe either. We got two battlecopters right here, another battlecopter here. This guy over here, he's getting in pretty good position. I think this is a smart move. Pulling these guys back. We know that there's a death ball clumped up here. If we linger here for too long, most likely these guys are going to come in. And Thick Bacon Energy decides to pop that co-power with the knowledge that Winter is still in this spot. Or maybe the assumption he's still in this spot. He's basically going to waste a super, or waste a co-power on very little damage. Although, these two battlecopters here, we could easily probably ship them over to this side right now. And be able to do like a lot of damage right here. I mean, we could at least take out one battlecopter. I don't know. Let's see. No more speculation. It's down to raw killing. Oh, here's our force march. There we go. All right, let's see what the plan is. Okay. A sack of infantry. Battlecopters moving in. Take a shot at the tank arena. Alright, what are we gonna do with these guys? We shift them over, okay. Okay. Why aren't we yeeting our tank? Oh, you know, with the amount of like wild things I've seen, I'm actually kind of surprised that this guy. Oh, can we not reach? Is that why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, that's right, it was a power. Ah, that's too bad. I was gonna say, it would be pretty cool if we actually just got down here and just yeeted right into this guy here. That would have been just fantastic. But we're just one range short, unfortunately. Alright, so not really too much damage with that, you know. We got a little bit of a hit. Little hit, not too much damage, but not the worst thing I've ever seen. So, all right, Winter moving up. Oh, we're sneaking right by here, and we're grabbing that. We're grabbing it. Oh, and we did enough damage for a Trial of Woe. We got the super co-power. Oh, and the recon just rushing up again just to get that information. We got the information recons up here. That's like their main purpose. That is their goal. They just want to see what's going on for one turn and then explode. It's beautiful. Love it. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. Jeez, Louises. This was a devastating attack over here, folks. That was a devastating attack. Very good use of the Trial of Woe. And now, this actually puts us in a very tricky situation for Thick Bacon Energy. Alright, so Thick Bacon Energy right now, we're sitting in a position right here where we're surrounded. We are surrounded. Now, if we shift our units over to either side, we can probably win the fight. Maybe. But the main thing here that is super spooky is the vulnerability of our HQ. We got infantry that are coming in really, really close to the HQ. Now, I think once we get vision here, yeah, we don't really see a whole lot here. All we see is 1, 2 tanks just sitting here. We see this guy way over here capping. We don't see any of the infantry that are really close to the HQ. And we continue to push west. Oh no. Alright, we get a solid push going west. We actually do quite a bit of damage here. But that HQ is just still super vulnerable. I'm not feeling too hot about that HQ right now. This is getting into danger territory. Oh boy. Winter Fox, no power charge at all though. Wait, what are we doing? Winter. Why would we forego the cap on the comm tower? I mean, at this point, you might as well just finish the cap on the comm tower. I mean, maybe the thought is like the battlecopters over here. 5 battlecopters looking way too dangerous. So maybe we just want to get air support in. I think firepower is definitely fairly good too, though. So I probably would have went for firepower. I mean, you already got the cap. You might as well go for it. Or might as well finish it. Okay, we do quite a bit of damage. Oh my god, this HQ is vulnerable. So vulnerable! Oh my god! It's getting pretty risky here. We're getting super risky here. Oh, this is why I didn't really feel super good about this push over here. I mean, we did lots of damage, but the HQ is just so vulnerable. So vulnerable. Okay, what are we gonna do here? Day 19. We have to do something fast and now. Fast and now. Those are the only 2 options. We're super close to a Trial of Woe, though. No, don't move anything before the Trial of Woe. Come on. Come on. Come on. No, it's unfortunate. Alright, so if we actually... Okay, no. We gotta... Okay. We're super close to that Trial of Woe. Super close. All we need is like 1 tiny hit. We can save ourselves so much travel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could get here. This battlecopter could get like here. So much closer. That's okay. Okay. So we got the Trial of Woe. When did we pop it? Right now. Okay. We gotta like, we better mad dash these boys back over here. We gotta mad dash them. I mean, we got nothing really in range of getting the HQ yet. We have 1 infantry over here that could possibly reach the HQ. We do got a base block with the battlecopters, which is super nice. Very impressive base block. This infantry probably should have been dropped here, but that's minor. But the issue right now is just there's no way we can stop that cap. And we do the force march for the extra defense. We don't even have to attack it. I mean, obviously we got to take this guy out. But there's going to be nothing that can stop that. And we damage the infantry. Damage the infantry. Ooh, that's it. That's all she wrote right there. damage the infantry, and there's no coming back from that one. This looks like it is the end of our friend Thick Bacon Energy. Goes in with the battlecopter to try to actually save it, but unfortunately Winter Fox just has it way too defended here. There are so many units, and we get the honorable missile and APC and transport copter, and we just attack the classy medium tank for good measure. Yeah, take that, medium tank. So you get for being so classy. And we actually don't have a resign. We have a turn pass. And then Winter Fox, I think, very honorably just captures the HQ and eliminates Thick Bacon Energy by capture, winning the Division 6 finals of the tournament here. Beautiful, beautiful match. That was a crazy match, actually. I had a lot of fun looking at this. This is wild stuff, man. You know, I think both of these players, especially for the ratings that they're in, you know, they played pretty good for the most part. We had a couple really wonky, wild plays, but like all in all, like kind of once the combat started, we're kind of like, okay, we gotta start taking this seriously and stuff. Not that they're not taking it seriously or anything, but yeah, no, that was wild. I think, okay, one of the major things though, I think, is definitely over here. This artillery build right here, I think this might have been a mistake. We probably should have got some kind of a chain out here, maybe some tanks or something. Losing the artillery super early just put this side at such a disadvantage for a little while. And this attack right here, losing these two tanks, oh, that was devastating too. This kind of just made it go into sort of a stalemate here for quite some time. Yeah, it did kind of just stalemate here for a little while. Really, really small attacks here and there. But in general, basically from the initial attacks right here, I think just losing this fight and then losing the first fight here, I think that just put our friend Thick Bacon Energy at just a disadvantage overall in the match. But he managed to do a huge attack over here, and I do commend this attack. This basically just won the front. If Winter was unsuccessful in getting this HQ here, I could definitely see Thick Bacon Energy winning the match very shortly afterwards. So, HQ race, and that's just the way it went. But a very fantastic match. Congratulations to Winter Fox for becoming champion of Division 6. Congratulations to Thick Bacon Energy for making it all the way to the finals. Give yourself a round of applause. Fantastic show. And that was just great. Wonderful. Alright. So if anybody else has any replays they would like me to cover on the channel, you can actually send me a message on Advanced Wars by Web. My name is Mr. Cannon. That is MR_CANNON. You can send me a message there, or you can join my Discord community, link in the description below, and send me the link there as well. I'll happy take it either way. And if you enjoy Reboot Camp, you can go check out my Reboot Camp series on my channel. And aside from that, more Advanced Wars by Web content in the future. Take care of your folks. Take care of yourself, folks. Bye-bye for now.